All right, we live on the stream. You're going to get the YouTube alert in a second. Okay, there we go. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh,
I was
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the I can teach about the Maya, wild mouth that's in sincerity and truth. Great Millstone, Dallas, Great Millstone, Houston. And Lord willing, we'll be joined by a couple other brothers to get into the false prophet of the day. You know what I'm saying? The false prophet of the day is ISUPK, Captain Tazariak. He finally put his foot down on what the mark of the beast is, right? The Apostle Elder Tahar did a video going into a commentary on two callers back to back calling Tazariak, and he finally put his foot down on ISUPK's stance on the mark of the beast.
Hey,
And
you
it
know
don't
that's the
and it,
spirit.
and it don't match General Commander Johannes. You know what I'm saying? General Yohana is saying, you think God cares if you take a microchip and put it in your body, versus Captain Tazariak saying, ISUPK stance is, we ain't saying put nothing in your body. So if they try to put a chip in your body, don't take it. Wasn't y'all the same ones that said you'll be a fool or you scared of needles if you don't take the jab? Oh yeah, if y'all forgot about that, we didn't. We got the receipts. You see? And where is Captain General Yohana? You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen him nowhere. All the arrows and slugs that been getting shot at ISUBK this year, because of them going off, he ain't got nothing to say about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Apostle Tahar is this. He's a POS. He's a pedophile. He's this. You got all this stuff to say, right? He finally put his foot down on the mark of the beast. So we gonna go into it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tell you what it really is. And we're gonna go through the scriptures, Lord willing. It be edifying to the hopeful elect. And the rest of everybody else, man, you just get sealed, man. Because it's too late in the game. It's too late in the game for apostasy and selling out. But that's what you see Jake doing. You got anything before we get started, Zaquan?
Now, just wanted to point out, man, it's two key things that's coming out at the end of this thing. Who salvation is for in the mark of the beast, man. That's not no coincidence, man. That's letting you know how much closer we are, because the Lord is putting a clear distinction in between the true men of the Lord and the false prophets of today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Real quick, you wanted something first? I got this Isaiah 56 and 10.
Oh, go ahead, bring it out.
Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 10, it says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. And this is a
Now,
perfect. Go ahead, you got it.
you see these guys got all, I'll say, when it comes time to debate, they scholars. They looking up words. They going into the history. They going into the Hebrew. But then when it comes to the MOTB, all those skills just go out the window. You got it.
Yeah, man, but it just showed they giving you the wrong warning. They not even what they try to do, like we was talking about a second ago. They trying to throw out them last minute disclaimers because you really know what it is. So when the time come, you're gonna say, well, we didn't tell you not to take. We didn't tell you to take it. All right, but you didn't tell us what it was. You wasn't warning, man. A true dog is gonna be barking. He's gonna be warning you, all right, of the dangers to come. And this is the main thing we're supposed to be warning our people about, because that's the last temptation, man. This is the last magic trick that Esau's about to try to pull off, man.
Mm-hmm. And you seeing the battle of the prophets versus the false prophets, man. You see, for the past, I would say since the YouTube era, you don't have the house of Saul and the house of David going back and forth over doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Now the closer we get, Jake is wilding. Jake don't want. At first, Jake didn't want to just listen to the Lord. Now they don't want to listen to the prophets. They don't want to listen to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And you seeing the false prophets, they telling you everything gonna be okay. The mark of the beast ain't this. This don't mean that. And that don't mean this. When all the things meant the same thing years ago. Jake changing up the doctrine. They don't believe this no more. This never sat right with me. All this. The Lord prophesied that was gonna happen. You see? The Lord prophesied that it was going to be dudes that was going to be falling out and dropping off at the end. You see, and but they still want the attention of Israel. That's why you got the false prophets. You got Jake telling you everything gonna be all right. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You got Jake telling you they prophets, but they ain't prophesying.
Yeah.
Tell you what they got going. You got it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 14. It says, "Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They
I
prophesy."
would say the Lord ain't tell the prophets to do no land blitz. No, he told the prophets he finna destroy the land. You got it.
All right, it says, "They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart." All right. And we know the heart goes into the mind. So they're teaching you their understanding. And really, we showing, man, you guys have been fucking paid to teach this bullshit, man. All right. And to Captain Tazariak, he's a dude's a fucking demon, man. All right. You playing around with words. You trying to take everything that's literal. You trying to switch up with spiritual and figurative. All right, and change it to what's literal, and then the same with the things that's literal in the scriptures. You trying to make it like, oh, well, that's figurative. All right.
Oh yeah, that was real. Yeah, that was real slick. How he went into Revelation 13:1, and he looked up that word beast, and he stopped reading right before it said that beast is a ferocious man. He read that it was an animal. You know what I'm saying? And tried to make the brother look stupid. Like, nah, man, you making yourself look stupid, man. Because everything, bro, when you go, you finally showed that you don't understand that portion of the scriptures. It's prophecy. You see, what makes the difference between a prophet and a false prophet? Prophecy. You didn't know the prophecy, so you won it. You know what I'm saying? And then you threw the disclaimer out there. Well, we ain't saying that to put nothing in your body. Yes, you already said put the jab in your body. What happened? Saying, well, if they do try to give you, ISUPK do not stand. We're gonna get the footage. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get the footage. We're gonna let your own words condemn you. You see, all the apostles to heart did was let you talk. You see, you talk yourself into an even bigger hole, and then every time they dig the hole deeper, that's when all the accusations come. Well, he is a rapist. He said you can pop little girls in the kingdom when they 12. What? That's what I'm saying. First of all, he explained what he meant by that several times, and we've done it too. You know what I'm saying? For you to think that's your get out of jail free card, we letting you know that shit ain't working.
And then gave an apology.
Yeah.
No, but your leader's on camera saying you can pop a woman in the ass, man.
You on camera talking about you can have sex on the Sabbath. So is you sodomizing your woman on the Sabbath? See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
Got something real quick.
But you want to, but you want to throw that type of stuff out there. At the end of the day, what's the mark of the beast? You gave your stance. It's wrong. We about to correct it again. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling what it's gonna be next time somebody asks you. Y'all change it every time somebody asks you. Go ahead.
It's Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 25. "My son, fear thou the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change." Just backing up the Zaquan on what he's saying, man. You guys keep flip-flopping on everything, man. All right. And once again, where's your general? Where's your commanding general? Shouldn't he be at the forefront? All right, the general is going to be right at the forefront of his army, all right, leading the charge, man. Where is this
That's what I'm
dude at in the
saying.
high point of prophecy? Everything that's going on in the earth, he should be the main one standing in the forefront, all right, and giving understanding.
Yep, and they doctrine been questioned all year long. All year long, you ain't seen this nigga nowhere. You see? But it is what it is. You see? So Tazariak, hey, if you're gonna take all these shots for him, it is what it is. You finna be spiritually holy as hell. I mean, with holes in you, not separate. Yeah, I will say everything y'all put out there. John the Baptist not being in the truth, your emotional stance on the rape doctrine. Well, it ain't even a doctrine; it's a law. You see, if rape happens, this is how you handle it. Some kind of way you done took that to accuse us of being pedophiles and rapists. But that's fine. What's up with these scriptures, though? You see, what's up with these prophecies? You see, you got all these false prophets, IUIC. Ain't none of them prophesying. They want to show you the chariots. They want to show you the spiritual power. They want to show you all that. How you going to get all that without the name of the Lord? The name of the Lord is going to give you all these spiritual powers and send the chariots to come get you. What's his name? If thou canst tell. Genesis, them niggas just snatching pages out the Bible left and right. You know what I'm saying? They've completely been given over to Satan. What about Alazar? The closer we get to the Lord sending his son back, the more Jake wild out. You see? Now you see they wilding out on the doctrine. Now they finna start handing over the prophets. You know what I'm saying? The year of the apostates, the year of the sellouts and the agents. Yeah, that's what it is. They finna show their whole ass in 2026. But guess what? The Lord finna show out too.
This was Jeremiah chapter 23 from the top. It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai." And this is exactly what we're seeing the example of, man. All the guys is going off right now. You scattering the flock. You causing confusion. All right, you supposed to be guiding the flock to safety right now, and you leading them off a cliff, man. All right, by telling them that the mark of the beast is anything but what it is, man. Okay? On top of the understanding that you guys are giving, then we all fucked. If sin is the mark of the beast, we're all condemned. Okay? Hey, if sin is the mark of the beast, then Yahweh, did he not have to pay for his own sins as well? You niggas don't realize the power of the tongue and the things that you're saying, man. Okay? We the only ones that truly care about the nation of Israel, man. Yeah, we want to see niggas get judged, but why? So we can see them born into the kingdom, all right, as a righteous seed, man. Okay, we're reading on. It's verse 2. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them." All right. And when you're not prophesying and giving a proper understanding, you're not visiting the flock of the Lord, man. Okay, you're not tending to them, man. You're not making sure that they're properly fed. Okay. It says, "Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord." All right. Now, Apostle Har, he can say, "I'm giving it to you early this year." In other words, what the saying for the following year is what the year of the apostates and sellouts, man. Okay. So if that's gonna happen, what's gonna be coupled with that judgment, man? All right, the Lord is starting to expose all you on these, like you said. Now you can put your foot in your mouth. You made your stance on this MOTB thing. Okay. Now the Lord's exposing you guys before your destruction, man. All right, which shows you guys have a lack of fear. You had something?
Yeah, it was one when he I can't remember the minute mark, but in one of the minute marks, Captain Cesariak went into Revelation 13:1. And he went into that word for beast, because he was asking the brother, damn, what was his question? Yeah, he was asking, was it literal, that beast that was coming up out of the water?
Which video are you looking at?
It was Apostle Tahar's video. I put a timestamp, but I don't think I put it in this chat. I might have put it in another one. But he was asking the dude, was the beast coming up out of the Revelation 13:1? Was that beast literal? Was it an actual animal? You know what I'm saying? And when he went into the word, he stopped reading before it showed that beast is talking about a man. You know what I'm saying? Just to make his point stick. Hold on, let me get Gabar in here. Hey, Shalom. Yahba Shema Shabrakatah.
Hey, Shalom. Yahweh.
Yeah, but I wanted to get that word beast just to show what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Did I go past it already? Okay, beast, right? Right? He just read animal, a wild beast, a beast. You know what I'm saying? But then to make his point, he stopped right here. He didn't read this. A brutal, bestial, savage, ferocious man. You see? Meaning not bringing out the sincere answer. Either that or the Lord showed him being blocked on camera. You know what I'm saying? Because for you to be right there and to not have that understanding, that shows that the Lord will block you from the understanding because he clearly don't get it. But I just wanted to show on the camera that this is what it's talking about. You see, that beast going back into the Roman Empire, going into the revival of the Roman Empire, which is the Edomites, which are men.
Yeah, well,
As
I'm Salakia.
pertaining to what John saw in his dream, he saw animal. He saw the beast with 7 heads. That's what he saw. Now you got to break down what it represents. You see?
Exactly.
You got it, boy.
Yeah, you go to if you go to Daniel chapter what is it, Daniel chapter 2, I believe. It's the one where it talks about the 4 beasts, right? The precept where it talks about the 4 beasts, the different major kingdoms that was going to rule before Yahweh shall come and take them down. And then you also speak about the beast that was wounded, whose head was wounded, but it was healed. Right now, leave it up to Zariach. That's talking about a natural beast who just got cut in the head and he got healed up because he's not looking at it spiritually. I did a lesson.
Hey, good boy, you can Salaki, good boy, you can share your screen. You know, mine be going in and out.
Yeah, I got you. Give me a quick second, brothers. This the book of Daniel. Excuse me. Hold on, I'll just write right here. 4. This is the book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 6, and I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Give me a quick second. How do you share? Present, share screen. All right. Khan, you just gotta allow it to share, Zaquan.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Okay, there we go. Which one of these is your screen? Oh, look. Okay, I got it.
Khan, so this is the book of Daniel chapter 7, verse 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of its 4 wings and a fowl, and the beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. This is talking about the Greek Empire. And then verse 7 says, and after this, in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue of the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Now, this beast that it's talking about is the Roman Empire. Now, if you keep reading up, he talks about the other 2 beasts before that one. You had the Babylonian, then you had the Medo and the Persian, then you had the Greek, then you had the Roman Empire. These are allegorical because they're remember the scriptures is written in deep dark sayings, and for the unlearned, this is a deep dark saying, so it has to be expounded on, which Captain Tazariak refused to expound on. He took that beast and he just assumed that you didn't see a beast coming out of the water looking crazy, roughly paraphrasing. And like I was about to explain, something that I went into yesterday in a video that I did last night, something called emotional reasoning, right? You cannot think to understand the scriptures if you are using emotional reasoning, right? And emotional reasoning is a cognitive distortion where you believe your feelings are facts, assuming that what you feel to be true is objectively true without evidence, right? And that's what Captain Tazariak was using when he was trying to call himself giving that man some understanding in regards to the beast, right? And in he didn't even expound on a prophecy because he went straight into his emotional reason when the brother had mentioned the apostle to heart, and he called him a piece of shit. He said that he started going into the rape thing, right? Which again, I did a video on it last night, and I expounded on all of this, right? When you read the scriptures, you have to read the scriptures from spiritual aspect and in truth, right? And this is the reason why people like ISUPK, IUIC, they get offended when we say, starting with the apostle to heart, we say we got 100% truth. That's a buzzword to get them emotionally excited, and then they start reasoning through their emotions. He was also using something called it's called Potomac War, right? Yeah, here it is right here. He's also using something called Potomac warfare, right? This is it's called this isn't it. Salakia, brothers. I had it.
I got a preset for you while you're getting it.
I'll bring it out. It's going.
This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. So hey, Shalom, Laquan, how about you, Shabbat?
Shalom.
Sorry, where you reading from, Zaquan?
Isaiah 8 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And based off of the definition you're going into, all right, when you emotional, you full of darkness, man. All right, the light understanding is clouded by your fucking emotions, man. Because you're when you're emotionally attached to something, all right, the only thing you want to do, that's a woman's trait. They just want to establish their point, and anything that comes with it negative, it doesn't matter. All right, they'll lead you to death just to prove their point.
Absolutely, man. And that's what's ended up happening with Captain Tazariak, which made him look more like a fool. Than anything, because it shows you that he's not a spiritual man. Can you get that precept where it says a spiritual man understanding all things, roughly paraphrasing? He did a spiritual, it's called Potomac warfare. That's what it's called. So the term that I was looking for was called, I'm sorry, go ahead, Zaquan.
Oh no, I think it was 1 Corinthians 2 and like 14, starting around that area.
Yeah, about 2 or 14 and 15.
Yeah, start at 12. You can start at 12, Zaquan.
Let me grab it out my scripture.
Okay, I got you. I could read it right here. It's 1 Corinthians 2 and 12. It says, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the power.
What
13,
the first thing,
which things we also.
Salak is Zaquan. The first things that's given to us is the spirit of truth.
You good?
First, you got faith. Then you got patience. Then you got, first and foremost, you got the name and of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You get the gift of faith, and then you get the spirit of truth. That's the spirit that rolls on you, right? You got it, Zaquan. And these things are freely given unto us. Go ahead.
Verse 13, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth. Like these definitions that we're going into, like they got I remember when I was in college, they make you take a public speaking class, and they teach you about these things, how to draw in clouds, tone of voice and trigger words, things of that nature. Continue on in verse 13. It says,
they pretty much teach you how to be PC.
Yeah. Yep. Which things also we speak not in the words of man's wisdom teacheth, which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit or Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Yeah,
and Salah, real quick, I'll let you finish. And then the captain, because that Captain Tazariak, he was picking what he wanted to be literal and what he didn't want to be literal.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he's not being spiritual, which he never really is. But it's he a lot of carnality is housed under the vibration of the entity ISUPK, You can just see it just by looking at them. It's like, okay, these guys aren't spiritual.
Yeah.
I mean, they got shirts that say "Real Nigga University." They believe in a nigga god, you know. And John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. So what's supposed to come after that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to believe after that?
Yeah.
He's telling you is something literal. Well, now you got to look at it spiritual. I always tell brothers that no matter what you go through in life, no matter what's going on, I don't care if you stub your toe. Look at it spiritual first, then get into the physical. You know, who, what, where, when, why, in the spiritual sense. You know, then it'll make sense in the carnal and our mortal minds. You know.
Yep.
You got it, bro. Are we gonna keep going?
Yeah, cons going.
Yeah, so like 14, it says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him.
And so when you talk about the MOTB being an RFID microchip, that's foolish to Captain Tazariak. You can tell that he doesn't look at what's going on geopolitically, globally, economically. He don't look at how money is being changed. He didn't even look at the whole system, how it's being digitized, and apply what's going on in the world to what's written in the scriptures, right? Because it's foolishness to him. They're gonna put a chip in you and they're gonna control you, right? To him, you got to
bro. You should have saw if y'all saw that whole video. If y'all saw that whole video, from the time the dude on the phone with Captain Tazariak mentioned Apostle Tahar, a demon just woke up in Tazariak to the point to where he was going into trying to explain it, but he was so all over the place, and you could tell that it wasn't even about it. He got to the point to where it was like he was trying to say something shocking to change the subject, because he never did address the actual question that the brother asked him, which was what is the mark of the beast? When you go into the word karagma and you go into all these things, he just started diverting. You see, but then when he finally did say, "Okay, this is what it is," he went out even further into the hole.
Yeah,
you see, he didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah,
you see,
but
at the end of the day, no matter how many ways the false prophets try to present it, the true prophet is going to bring out the true understanding. Because even the brother he was talking to said he was still going to stick with the belief that he thought. He didn't convince old dude that the mark of the beast wasn't the chip. You know what I'm saying? He just doubled down. He just doubled down on what his understanding is. Finally, and he got it wrong.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah. So like, Captain, again, that's called emotional reasoning. He went directly into it. And so, I'm sorry. Can you finish verse 14? And I'm gonna bring out this definition real quick. Zaquan, Elder Monagon.
Yeah, of course, locked it. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
So Captain Zariak is not a spiritual man. We already know that. So he's thinking with a natural mind, even though he has a veneer of a man that's woken up to his nationality. He's an Israelite, and he calls himself pushing that. Even when he has that show in his car, that show in his car is just advertisement for his goods on Etsy, right? People don't notice that. You gotta look at the comment board and see. But real quick, what Captain Tazariak did was something called polemic warfare. Is the strategic aggressive use of a strong, often, matter of fact, let me get the definition so you can really see it. Polemic warfare, right? So polemic warfare is a war of ideas using aggressive, contentious rhetoric, polemics, to attack opposing viewpoints and strongly advocate for one's own, often involving strong language, emotional appeals, and even deception, common in politics, religion, and online discourse, aiming to win arguments rather than to find truth. And that's what this guy was trying to do. Captain Tazariak, he was using contentious rhetoric. Oh, you calling a man that's an apostle who tells you can rape women and 12-year-old girls that an apostle? I call him a piece of shit, right? So he's attacking his viewpoints, and he's also using contentious rhetoric and is aggressive. With his opposing viewpoints, because he doesn't believe the mark of the beast is the microchip. He doesn't believe that the so-called white man is going to put a device in you that you can buy or sell, right? In his mind, it's a philosophy, right? It's easy to say it's a philosophy versus saying what it really is. And again, he's trying to win his viewpoints. So the first thing he does was try to strike to the emotion of the listener, right? Because once you well, let's keep on reading. It says, derived from the Greek word of war, it is a rhetorical battle where the goal is to dismantle opponents' ideas through sharp criticism and persuasive, sometimes inflammatory speech or writing, seen in historical text as modern rage bait. And that's what he
did. And then after he so-called went into the definition, when he went into all his old tirade, he accused the old boy of being high because the dude was like, well, I had another question, but I forgot what it was. And then he went on a 20-minute tirade. We were like, well, are you high? When's the last time you smoked? You smoke weed? What's your vices? And I was like, whoa. That nigga asked you what the mark of the beast is. You gave the wrong answer. Now all of a sudden he a drug addict?
Yeah, now it's time to
That's what you
counsel
going.
you.
That's exactly what that nigga did. You got it,
Right.
man. So like,
This is the same organization that will tell you. They said they would said it jokingly, or maybe they were serious. They'll tell you when to have sex with your wife and how to have sex with your wife.
Oh yeah,
this is the type of counsel they provide.
Yeah.
Doing it in the butt on the Sabbath.
He said the guy said, we'll tell you who to marry, when to marry, when to have sex with your wife, how to have sex with your wife, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's what he said. And they really, you got to understand, they adopt a cult of personalities. The guy that said that, I remember doing a lesson on it. The guy that said that, he sounds just like General Mayhem, that one dude that just say anything out of his mouth. He sounds just like him. And that's what they do. These people in these groups, they adopt a cult of personalities from their leadership, along with doctrine, along with habits from their leadership. You see, and what end up happening is it convolutes the waters. It makes things off murky, and that's why there's a precept in 2nd Esdras chapter 16. 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 70. I always get it mixed up, so bear with me. It's the latter verses though. Might be 73. It says, yep. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. Yeah, this is right here. The Wadi Habashon Shai, 2nd Esdras 16:73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. And when you read up above, you understand why this is happening. And then you got to understand that there's a lot of Israelite groups out there. There's a lot of people professing themselves to be prophets, professing themselves to be leaders of Israel. But there's only one true group that's doing this. That's the true leadership and the true prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai, because they would have the true doctrine. So when all of this stuff is going on, because it's going to be an onslaught on people that believe and know that they're Israelites. So, but the elect of the Lord's people, they're going to be covered in that day. I'm not saying that Great Millstone is just the home of the elect, like ISUBK claims it's the home of the truth. But what I will say is that they're the truth. The truth is there. The 100% truth is there, and the elect is there. You got elect men and women around the whole groups, but the house of the truth, where the real house of the truth, house of David, is being pushed from Great Millstone. Why we know that? Because they're giving you everything that the Lord has given them. They're not holding nothing back. The scripture says the Lord will give us pastors after his own heart, which shall feed you with what? Knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Right? And when you look at these other groups, they're not doing that. They're feeding you with gimmicks, lies. They're feeding you with emotional rhetoric, right? They're using polemic warfare, rage bait, right? They're using persuasive language to get you to follow their mode and way of thinking. Because the same thing with IUIC. Once you get with IUIC, You can't think on your own no more. You literally have to follow what they say, how they say it, and they only give you small bits and pieces, right? They don't want somebody just coming in there rising to the top of the ranks. No. It ain't even. Well, that's the same thing with IUCBK. So when you start asking spiritual questions to a natural man, he can't understand that and he can't break it down. And so he has to go to what you got it.
No. Finish your thought.
No, I was done. It's going.
Oh, can you go to Ezekiel 13 and 10? Because everything you're saying is exactly all of Ezekiel 13 is good. Specifically the top where it says you have not gone up into the gaps, because where is Johanna? Like we was kind of chatting about before all this. Whenever a topic comes up against Great Millstone, the elder apostle Dahar is the first one to respond. You know what I'm saying? All the apostles. And then all types of responses come after that. Where is Johanna? Where is the head of all these different camps, all these different individuals to back up the claims that he's saying? You got him out there hanging on a rope all by himself.
And it's a thin rope,
right? And it's not looking good, man. This is, if we could just read this, bro. You read down to 12.
Because Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 10, it says, because good.
Oh, the monogon.
Ezekiel 13 and 10.
Can brothers hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I had muted my mic. Salaki.
Okay.
You want me to read Ezekiel 10 or 13:10, or you already read it?
No, you got it.
Oh, you already know reading.
Oh,
okay. So Ezekiel 13 and 10. It says, because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace.
Right. And when you say God doesn't care if he puts a chip in you, I went and got this man's juicy juice. I went and got my family so that others wouldn't be scared. You know that the mark of the beast is spiritual. It's not literal. You know, this makes people think, okay, well, everything that's going on technologically wise in the world, it won't affect me, even though it's ramping up hella fast. The mobilization of mobile IDs, that's being expedited. You know what I'm saying? You have factories that produce certain things that have chips. They're shutting down specifically to make more chips, you know?
And we got the receipts too. So the receipts is in the chat if y'all want to play them.
We storing them all up because that's the thing. You making our people go back to sleep. Someone's at sleep, they're at peace. They chilling, right? You can keep reading.
It says peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar.
Right. So here you have the temple of Yahweh Shai getting built up, right? The wall is being built, but now it says now you have others that have dabbed it with untempered mortar, meaning something that's not stable. All right. So it doesn't have all the elements together to keep it fortified, which we know is what? The spirit, the Rakah HaKodash, the fruits of the spirit, you know, this Tawab Dabarium, this 100% truth. All right. If I could read one
this hot notes on a strophe.
That's right. This godly conduct. You know. Now this is tempered mortar. All right. This Lord said I think the word was in the furnace. What was it? 7 times over or something like that. I think it's in the Apocrypha. I might be butchering it. But let me read the scripture. I'm gonna find that precept as well. This is 1 Corinthians. John 14 and 25 to 26 in the GNT. It says, I have told you this while I am still with you. The helper with a capital H, all right, the helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you everything and make you remember all that I have told you. So the Lord wouldn't allow for Israel to just keep getting untempered mortar. There would have to be whole sound stones for the temple to get built. And that's what we're telling you. We've got this truth. It's been chiseled to perfection. outside of the gate, and now it's ready to be brought in. Are you ready to fit into place? Because you have a lot of guys, they bring in a lot of bullshit on purpose. You know, you found, yeah, that's it. Psalms 12 and 6. The words of Yahweh Shemiah Shai are pure as silver, tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. So that's how the Lord's word, the word is metaphorically likened unto. All right, because it's kind of, it brings out the impurities in us, and it brings out the impurities of those who rise up against us in judgment, whose mouths need to be stopped and condemned. All right, because these guys look at us like we picking on them the word knowing. No, the Lord says our righteousness is of Him. This is part of our legacy and our heritage to call this stuff out. No, stop. You're putting a brick on the temple that is going to make it fall. You know, you muted, bro. You muted, Zaquan. Run it back. You run it back.
Yeah, I'm about to say we've always been a nation. We always been a nation that when it came to the prophets, that we had to be governed by truth. And so wherever we see falsehoods, iniquities, or injustice, we got to call that shit out, right? We have that's the way Yahweh Shai set it up for us. The Most High is a clean power too. You can't come to the Most High dirty. So even in your words have to be clean, right? You can't just say what you want and do what you want. You can't guide yourself. You got to be guided by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Right, real quick, that word for pure in Psalms 12 and 6, the Hebrew word there is tawar ra. I think I pronounced it right. Tawar ra. Yeah, tawar, like the water. Yeah. And it says pure, clean ceremonial, pure physical, pure, clean, moral, and ethically, right? And it says fair, right? And it says pure in a physical, chemical, ceremonial, or moral sense, clean, fairness, pureness, fair and pureness. And that's how you got to come with when you deal with Yahweh Shai. When you dealing with His word, when you come into His people, we supposed to be a clean people, right? So a lot of these things that people adding in or taking away from the scriptures, this shit has always been going on. You can read the scriptures and they'll tell you the same thing was happening back then is happening now, right? And what would happen? The prophets would defend against it, and most times they were overcomers, right? Kill us, take us out the way, right? Until judgment hit, and then they want to try to get right. But because
that's just like Habakkuk 2, where it talks about so that the runner can run with the correct message. You see, the prophets are gonna have the correct message. Paul told Timothy, rightly dividing the word of truth. You know what I'm saying? Breaking down the truth directly and correctly. You see? Yeah. If you're not confident in the truth, then you're gonna lose. You see, we understand the prophecies. We know what it's talking about. We've done the study. The Lord has supped with us. If you still telling your congregation that the mark of the beast ain't the microchip based off your studies, then you off.
Yep.
I would say our studies let us know that this is what the prophecy is saying. If you have it in your thought process that it ain't nobody has 100% truth, I don't have to listen to nothing else you're saying, because we believe in 100% truth. You see, we believe the prophecy. We believe the times we in. We see it.
Zaquan just read it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got
Most High's gonna give you all things, and He's gonna make you remember it.
I was just looking at this. I was looking at this link that Elder Yagadal had sent. It says mixing mortar might seem straightforward, but even small mortar mix mistakes can lead to weak bonds and costly repairs. Whether you're a seasoned contractor or a do-it-yourself enthusiast.
And lock it real quick, Zaquan, because the mortar is the truth, man.
Yep.
All right. Now going back on the statement earlier Kazak just made, all right, when you deal with temper and mortar, man, it's supposed to go undisturbed in its wet state before it's used. You guys are disturbing the truth, man. Okay, which you can't do. All right. you add, but we're saying you will for the one, but as I say, Apostle Hart said it best, you got the stumbling blocks for the non-elect. Okay, but you come in with this untempered mortar, and the elders about to read just a little bit on how important it is to when you mix in mortar, it's a whole equation to it. It's a balance, it's a recipe. You got it.
Khan, it said this is the link that the client sent. And it says mix and mortar might seem straightforward, but even a small mortar mistake can lead to weak bonds and costly repairs. And that's what happened. That'll happen. And then the other camps, they get mad because we rebuke. The rebuke is for correction because you put something wrong. If you're doing the right thing, the apostles, they ain't nothing to say. They're like, oh man, this week Nate was on point this week. He didn't say nothing wrong, right? So it was cool. We take that responsibility because we're the Lord willing, we're part of the elect. We're the men of the Lord, and we're responsible for how this temple is being built, right? This client mentioned about putting the wrong bricks on top of other bricks. That you putting a broken brick on a completed one. Now you put another brick on top of that one. The one underneath of it is weak, and it'll end up breaking, right? And it'll mess the whole system up. You can't do that, right? So it says. And then those repairs, they're going to be costly. You can cause a man to go off, right? You can cause a man to mess his walk up, because if you're part of the elect, you're going to get lost. But you can hinder him. You become a stumbling block. So those are costly repairs, man. This is whether you're a seasoned contractor or a do-it-yourself enthusiast, avoiding common mortar mix mistakes is crucial for a successful project. And that's what we're trying to do. We got to have a successful project right here. And you got all these other guys acting like they're construction crews, right? These other construction crews, they claim to get the job done, but they're getting paid a wage to mess it up, right? When the scriptures give you the right instructions, here come Yohana. No, a lot of Israel ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it like it is. Doing the butt out, just going off, right? So then a person that's really into that, now he can do that and think it's lawful. Now he's going off even more, right? So, but that's what happened when you get those shade mechanics instead of the real thing. The real thing might cost more, but at least it might cost more, but you get fewer mistakes. And you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be way better, right? They tell you anything, anytime you got anything, it don't matter if you're building something, it don't matter if it's your finances, to protect yourself really good. It's gonna cost you some money, but the cost, not the cost, but the reward or the protection, it outweighs the cost. It negates it. You're like, fuck it, I'll pay $8,000 if I'm gonna be covered by $25 million. I'm good. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. I'm good. I'm out. Here's $8,000. Let's do it, right? Versus you going to the quick fix guy, right? He'll get it fixed for a time, and then it's gonna fall apart. So it says. In this blog, we'll explore the most pitfalls and offer practical tips to help you listen to this, to help you get it right. To help you get it right the first time, ensuring your masonry work stands the test of time. And you want to get it right the first time. And with Elder Amawar Gabar, he's in construction. And he be like, yo, what he said? I think he said measure twice, cut once, or something like that.
Yeah, that's the saying amongst that.
Yeah, measure twice, cut once, man. So you measure twice to make sure you got the right measurement, so you don't got to cut it but one time.
Yeah, because first of all, Salaki, just going into the scriptures, man, we counting the cost before we do this, man. Making sure we do it. It's very costly if you make that wrong measurement. Now you have to go use more material. You have to use more time to correct something that you could have double checked the first time, man. Yeah. But you got it, son.
Yeah, that's what the scriptures speak about. When you had mentioned it, study to show yourself approved, rightfully dividing the word of truth, right? So you don't need to be ashamed. You don't want to be ashamed.
And then when you go into that sound doctrine, when you get that word sound, it goes into opinions being free from error. You know what I'm saying? It's only one right answer. That's why the Hebrew word for truth is amat, where you get mad from. You see? Because at the end of the day, people don't understand that when it comes to getting it right, That's all that matters is getting it right, man. It ain't no say 2 + 2 ain't gonna never answer nothing but 4. It's always gonna be 4. You see, just like we telling you, the charagma is that RFID microchip. It ain't never gonna be nothing else. Out of all the different breakdowns that we done heard, no matter how off or how crazy they are, what do we come back and say? No, nigga, it's this.
Yeah.
No, nigga, it's this.
And we don't.
Nigga, it's this.
We don't just say what it is. We show you.
Right.
We give you evidence. These guys never gave you evidence about the mark of the beast being sleeping with the white woman. They never gave you evidence about the mark of the beast being an embargo. They never gave you evidence about the mark of the beast being sin in all its forms. They never gave you the mark of the beast is what else weird should they say? The mark of the beast is a philosophy.
Yeah, 666 white men.
Where all that shit go?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did all them breakdowns? Where did all them breakdowns go? Now we jump to the end of 2025, and you got another breakdown to add to the list, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about that's what I'm saying. Do you think God cares if you put a microchip in your body? Yes. I'm gonna say he proves that he proved that he cares about it in Revelation 13, in Revelation 14, in Revelation 15, in Revelation 16, in Revelation 20. It keep on telling you that you have to overcome the beast, right? His image and his mark. It keeps on repeating that. You see? So yes, the Lord cares, right? Because if you take it, you going against the Lord, and he gonna bubble your body from the inside with that noisome sword in Revelation 16. He gonna burn your ass up in Revelation chapter 14. Yeah, he does care.
If the Lord didn't care, he wouldn't write it down in the instructions. That's like a nigga putting a table together and then you missing a leg to the table, but you're like, well, the table sits up. If I just prop it up over here, you think they really care? Like, yeah, man, it helps with the stability of the table, bro. You need that. It's part of when you get a box and you have to put it together and you get instructions with the box, it behooves you, and I learned this from experience, it behooves you to follow the directions to the T.
Yeah.
Right? They're not going to give you no extra pieces that's significant. They might give you an extra screw here and there or screw cover, but you ain't going to get no extra leg. You ain't going to get no extra support beams. You gonna get
lock here.
Jay got a handful of screws. Jay got a handful of screws that think he done.
Yeah. But no, them, like you said, them extra screws, that's part of counting the cost. You know, these are smaller parts. This is very likely to lose these, so you make sure you got extra. That's what we doing in the spirit. We making sure we're covered no matter what, man. In the midst of spiritually building the house of David, the third temple.
Yep. That's right.
You got a scripture?
Yeah, this is Elder Yajazakat brought this out. This is 2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And that word for sound in the Greek is hugiano. That's where they pronounce these things. It sounds like hygiano, right? And it says to be sound, to be well, to be good health. Metaphor of Christians whose opinions are free from any mixture of error, of one who keeps the grace and is strong. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. It's free from error. See, when you tell people that the mark of the beast is anything but the RFID microchip that's gonna be forced on the people, when you tell them it's anything outside of that, you leading them down the death path, right?
Yeah.
You leading them. I would say you leading them to the ditch. You see? So when you stand up and you beat your chest and you like, I told you, it's what you think about, and then you do it with your hand, and then it's 666 white boys somewhere, and then you can't forget about the embargo, because it's gonna be the other nations that's gonna be not letting the other nations buy stuff. And then I don't want to buy no Snicker. What the fuck are you talking about, you stupid motherfucker?
Yeah. When you scrutinize what these people say with the scriptures is the ruler. If it does not align with the ruler, then it's off. it needs to go away. You need to double back. You need to get it correct because it doesn't align with the ruler. You know, which the ruler is the instruction tool. It's helping us guide us through these times that we're in and giving us sure evidence, right? And it also gives us hope, right? The scriptures speak about Elder Yadazak mentioned a list of scriptures that speak about the mark of the beast. Well, there's a precept in Revelation chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3, I believe it's 10. 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that fall upon the earth.
I would love to hear them break down what the hour of temptation
is. Yeah. Or leave it up to Johanna is sleeping with the white woman. So it's going to be a white woman trying to get you to sleep with her with her titties out. And you got to overcome that and say, nah, I just need the sisters.
So what is Nate going to say when you ask him?
Yeah, Nate's going to say, it's sin in its all its forms. So if you don't sin, you know, because you following the laws, you got to follow the laws. The laws, especially the commandments.
What is Genesis going to say? What is Genesis going to say when you ask them what the hour of temptation is? And all these other Israelite groups, they all going to give you a different answer. But what's going to happen when you ask Great Millstone from the apostles on down, what's the hour of temptation? When they put that chip in your face and say, take it or not?
Take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying?
See, they don't have the answers to these questions.
Yeah. Yep. It's in the NLT.
They can't tell you. They can't tell you nothing prophetically.
No, they can't. And no, they can't. They can't do it at all. They won't do it. Right? I was looking for that in the NLT. It says, because ye have obeyed my command to persevere, and that's the commandment. We got to persevere through all of this shit. Brothers got to go through so much. That's another thing too that don't get put out there much, you know. But when you're a man of the Lord and you call yourself really following these ways, you're going to go through a lot and still have to continue on in the walk. You still got to persevere. That's a commandment, right? It says, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world, right? And we don't belong to this world. We belong to Yahweh Shem Shai, right? The world to come is for us, not this place. So Yahweh Shem Shai going to make sure that no matter what position we find ourselves in, you know, because everybody's back going to be on the wall. But the Lord's going to make sure that we overcome when our back is on the wall, right? He's going to get us off that wall because he is our strength, right? So, you know, most people, when their back's against the wall, they just going to go with the system tells you. They had a dry run in 2020, right? That dry run in 2020 was, you know, we all know what that was, the juice time, right? A lot of people took that shit and they failed. They failed the pretest.
And ISUPK told them to.
Yeah.
General Yohana said you'll be a fool not to take it. And Captain Tazariak said, I'm going to take it so y'all niggas won't be scared. Y'all niggas scared of needles.
Yeah.
So what you think gonna come when the mark of the beast? I would say General Yohana told them Sakari niggas back in the day that he was gonna take the mark of the beast because he was gonna eat.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna take
the mark of the beast so he can eat. Like the Lord ain't got nothing to do with food.
Yeah. Well, you know, Yohana, look at Yohana though. He's like morbidly obese. He has to, his mind, food is a prominent thing for him. You know what I'm saying? That food and other shit, but it's mainly that food, right? That
filling where they stand.
Yeah.
Let you know where they stand on that.
Yeah. So that it says, so that time of testing, that's what that is. That hour temptation is going to test everybody, right? Because when you can't buy and sell, when you're off, you truly are off the grid, and you refuse to buy into this system and all that it has to offer, we're going to be casted out, right? We're going to lose pretty much everything. You lose your crib, you're going to lose the car, right? You're going to lose your job, right? You're going to lose your access to the stuff that you have grown comfortable with, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to have faith to get through that shit, bro. Right? And so this thing is about to change the world. People don't understand. Again, these other groups, they're not looking at nothing that's going on and applying it to the scriptures. The MOTB system is a perfect tool for the elite bankers to control everybody and everything. They tokenize and everything. Everything is going to become tokenized. Ain't going to be no more bags falling off the back of a truck and sold on what they call the black market. The black market is going to be done. There's going to be no more black market, right? Everything's going to be what? Tracked and traced, including you, right? You're going to own nothing, but be happy. Most people, they'll take the chip if you tell them that their loans are going to be forgiven, especially these women that go to college. Well, we'll forgive your loans if you take this chip. And then you gotta ask yourself, because a wise man to say, yo, why you want me to take this chip so bad? What are you trying to do to me? Same thing with the juice. They try to convince you. They walked us through every stage they're gonna walk the people through. At first, they made it cool, right? Then they made it convenient. Then they made it mandatory. And in between making it convenient and mandatory, they tried to woo you with simple things: a Shake Shack burger and fries, a chance to win a lottery, right? Some Knicks tickets games. You so
collard greens.
Yeah, collard greens.
Giving out niggas collard greens.
You see? Simple shit. Things they know you Jake's like collard greens. Of all things.
Who got access to the chat to where they can play these receipts back? Because we're gonna play these receipts before we get out of here. You know what I'm saying, Lord willing. I'm gonna say finish your point, but I know I can't go to the chat because I'm doing the stream from my phone.
I'm on the chat. What you need me to do?
I put in we put in when General Yohana was saying you think God cares if you do the microchip, and then
keep that same energy video.
Yeah.
Did you put it in a private chat? Or you put it on
Thursday night lessons?
No. I'm looking for the links. I don't see the links.
I'm about to look.
Yeah, put the links in the private chat and then I'll post it. I'm sorry, it was just he's gonna be on guard. And his brother's he's serious, but he's funny. So it's like, oh man, like, but it makes sense though. You know, these people just, and when you scrutinize these shit that these people say with the truth, it is comical. It's like, what the fuck? Come on, man. I'm sorry. Elder Yagadal, you want to show it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just play it. I'm gonna start from here.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that because the dude, I was about to go into that. What's this guy name? Zabak. Zabak is his name. I believe his name. He said that John 3:16 is the mark of the beast. So he's gone. But hold on, let me see if I could. Go ahead and play, Zaquan.
That's the philosophy in your mind. It's not no damn chip. Right? It's not no damn microchip. That's sensationalism. Right? It's philosophy.
That's sensationalism.
The doctrines and the ways of this society in your mind. John 3:16 is a form of the mark of the beast.
And such fools for the idea of the microchip being the mark of the beast. You've been so blind to it. You were so easily fooled. All somebody had to do is say the microchip is the way. That's how you get the mark of the beast. You put that chip in you, that's your forehead in your hand. It's ridiculous, man. It is absolutely ridiculous. You think God cares that you put a microchip in your body? God.
Hey, Salah, real quick, let's answer that. And see, like you made the statement, y'all scared of needles. Yeah, we're scared of needles. Why? Because there's a law against it, nigga. It's Leviticus 19:28. It says, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord, man. Okay, so you're clearly going against the Heavenly Father by accepting that when it comes, man.
Yeah, because getting needles in a Western society has become a norm. People think that, oh, you're supposed to do that shit. But in reality, that's against the Heavenly Father's only begotten law. That's against the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, his only begotten Son, Yahushua's law. You can't, us Israelites, we're not allowed to do that. Right? So that word for cutting, real quick, that word for cuttings is sharat or sharat. Sharat. All right? Sharat. And it says incision or cut. And in order to get that chip inside you, they have to make a cutting in your flesh. and it's an incision, right? You look at the needle for
it's the reason the needle is basically at a slant. All right, so it can penetrate the flesh, so it can cut through it.
Yeah.
I'll say, and then and think about it. In Revelation, it tell you if you take it, you're gonna be destroyed. If you don't take it, you're gonna be delivered. So of course he cares.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
They started with pets. They used this as a trick to get you to think that, you know, tracking and tracing your pet through a chip. And really your dog is not constantly tracked by the chip. It has a number on it. It has a number on a chip that aligns with the chip. So if they find a dog, they scan it and they can read the number that's on there, and they say, okay, the information of who the dog belongs to is on here, right? And then right here is a great example. This is the syringe. This is the needle, and this is the chip right here. So they inject this needle. They penetrate your skin with the needle. They cut your flesh, and then they inject this chip inside of you. Now, people be like, "Oh, this is just for dogs." Well, humans have gotten this, and they're going to continue to, right? And you got it, Zaquan. Was reading something? Was that it?
No, I'm gonna finish playing this.
Yeah, you got it.
Microchip, and you think God cares that you put a microchip in your body?
If he didn't care, he wouldn't warn you about it. That's what my answer. If he didn't care, if God didn't care, he wouldn't have warned you not to do it. Right. So yes, he cares. You got it.
Yeah, he devoted chapters to this.
Yep.
You think God cares? You think God cares? You got a microchip on your phone, a microchip in everything that you have.
Yeah, so just because there's a microchip in everything that you have doesn't mean that it have to be in you. Right? It doesn't mean that. So that's
I was saying in chapter 16, it tell you it's gonna cause a cancer in your body. In chapter 14, it tell you you're gonna get destroyed because you took it. In chapter 15, it tell you that those that got delivered, those are the ones that's looking at the lake of fire through the mingled glass, which is in the chariot after being delivered. It tell you that they resisted the beast, which is the Roman Empire being revived, his image, right? All the things that his whole two-party MOTB system, the Roman Catholic Church, all that is a part of the image. You see, the mark is you accepting the image by physically saying you down. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You see? But the Lord blinded 2/3 of the nation of Israel. It's clear to see that the Lord has blinded Israel at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because if them niggas can't go on the internet and see what you got posted up right there after everything that the apostles and the prophets done said, and they still can't see it, yeah, the Lord is gonna use that to fuck you niggas up.
Yeah.
So when you stamped your foot and say, "This is what ISUPK says," damn it, it's not a chip. You heard about, right? It ain't no damn chip. I'm tired of you niggas and all that bullshit, right? You see their responses, you see their actions, right? You see how they respond to truth. So when they take the shit, they're gonna feel that sore in Revelation 16. They're gonna get burnt up because they made a fucked up decision, right? That cancer is gonna let you know you fucked up. Then you got to worry about the rest of your judgment, right? And when it talks about 15 and 16, it says those that said no to the beast, no to the image, no to the mark. Those were the ones. That was the hour of temptation.
Yep.
I will keep you in the hour of temptation. And if the Lord keep you in the hour of temptation, that means you made the trifecta. No beast, no image, no mark. You're willing to get your head chopped out for it. That's who the Lord gonna roll with.
Yep. Yep. And
not you hard and whores with fringes on.
Yeah. Hey, well, it's again, Jake is simple. The scripture says the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man search out his goings. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at this image right here. This is a perfect image of Revelation 13 and 16. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? But let these niggas tell it. Nah, that ain't it. Nobody's making you buy and sell with any philosophy. Nobody's making you buy and sell with white women. Nobody's making you buy and sell with the image of the white Christ, or sin in all its forms, right? So let's make sense. Let's when you come with the truth, you gotta take out the emotions, bro. You can't be emotional, right? You cannot be emotional and think that you spiritual at the same time, because your emotions come from a physical reaction, so it's a carnal thing. Emotions have their place, but it is not when it comes to the word of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son.
You rather call an apostle a piece of shit and a demon and a pedophile than just look up the word Quran.
Man.
Yeah. Those inflammatory words is what get people to stop thinking. It's like a 52 fake out. You use these inflammatory words. I ain't gotta explain all of that.
And that's heavily demonic, man.
Yeah.
That's just fucking demonic, man, to use that to play on people's emotion so they won't get the understanding.
Yeah.
That's fucking wicked, man.
It's wicked. And on top of that, you slandering a man with no proof. You just saying just because you saying it. That's why even niggas in the feds, I ain't never been in the feds, don't want to go, but I'm just saying, like, niggas that get out, they always be like, yo, when you in the streets, anybody can call anybody a rat. You can just say that. But when you up in a big house, man, you gotta have proof.
Yeah, you gotta have paperwork.
You gotta have paperwork, bro. You can't just slander a man's name and get him possibly put to death because of your word. Your word ain't no good. Where's the paperwork? Where's the proof? So that's the thing. Like, you saying all of this shit without any proof. You taking an excerpt from a video that you didn't watch or totally understand, and then you running with that shit. The same guy that spearheaded all of that rape shit, he's in prison for that shit. 7 years. He ain't getting out. That shit say he get out like 2030. He ain't coming home. He gonna die in a box right where he belong. Right? The same guy that started that shit. Because before Polite put that shit out there, that wasn't out there like that. Nobody said that about the apostles or the elders or the brothers. But soon as the reason why he did it is because when you mention Great Millstone, the first thing you're gonna think about, not the truth that they saying, rape. Oh, they rapists. That happened to me and the brother Kahan some years ago. We was out doing the work, and some woman came up and said, "Yeah, my uncle was a part of the Great Millstone. He raped my cousin or some shit." I was like, "What?" I was like, "He wasn't with us. I don't know who you talking about, but he wasn't with us because we don't get down like that." So it's like now we gotta battle that. We gotta battle your emotions with no proof. It was the same thing that happened to Yahweh Shai. People lied on him with no proof. They just lied, straight up lied. He still had to go because that was part of his mission, was that he had to be sacrificed. But he stood tall in the face of those lies and that slander because he was the living proof. He came back. He didn't stay dead. He came out of that grave, out of that sepulcher, right, and walked the earth. Ain't no man on this earth ever did that before, right? And so he was living proof. Keep truth to the young black youth. Anyway, but he was the truth. He was the truth, man, to teach the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, brothers, like, man, these niggas out here, they weird, man, and they're emotional, bro. That's all they are, emotional, right? They're moving like women, bro. Bitches move like that, bro. They guided by their emotions. They have a whole fucking argument with you about their emotions.
No, they got a term called emotional hijacking.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much a mental state where your emotions, it overrides logic and reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say as much as it make us mad for Jake to be acting the way they acting, you know what I'm saying? That's our fuel for defending the gospel. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna get mad for us getting on you for going off, then shit, we get mad at you for going off. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord said, Romans 11:28. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set it up for the elect and the 2/3 to go at it for the sake of the gospel. The whole world eyes is on Israel, whether it's the house of David or the house of Saul. They watching that battle play out every single day.
Yeah. Romans 11:28. And as concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sake, but as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sake.
So all the people that's on the comment board getting moist and shit, talking about, man, we all Israelites, when we gonna unite? Now it's some fire got to come for that shit happen.
Yeah.
You putting the cart before the horse. No, you talking
Yeah.
about Israel united and all that. No. I would say a whole lot of it would say strongholds got to be broken down. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's trouble, MOTB, World War III. In other words, Israel ain't gonna unite before that. You know what I'm saying? So I would say if you heard this word and you worried about Israel uniting, then you ain't getting the picture. And you probably gonna be one of those people that's gonna get burnt up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lord gave us an order that this thing is gonna happen in, man. He just didn't give us dates and times and numbers, but he gave us things to watch for. You got it.
In the NLT, that verse, Romans 11:28, many of the people of Israel are now enemies of the good news, and this benefits you, Gentiles. Yet they are still the people he loves because he chose their ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And those Gentiles are Israelites that were separated from the commonwealth of Israel. And the AMP says, from the standpoint of the gospel, the Jews at present are enemies of the Most High for your sake, which is for your benefit. But from the standpoint of the Most High's choice of the Jews as his people, they are still loved by him for the sake of the fathers. So the Lord, even the Jews that didn't want to accept the truth, right? They became enemies for our sake because of the enemies to the good news, so it can benefit us because we didn't know anything about the commonwealth of Israel. We didn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. We didn't grow up with none of that, but yet the Lord still gave us the spirit to believe. And these Jews ain't talking about them people in Israel. At the time, it was talking about those Jakes that was in it, those Israelites, those Jews, Benjamins, and Levites that was in Israel. I'm sorry, yes, right, the circumcision at the time, right? And we were considered uncircumcised, right? But yet we still believe, so it's a benefit for us. Does that mean that the Most High just going to do away with his people? Absolutely not. He still loves his people for the Father's sake. And ultimately, this thing is about reuniting the elect first and foremost, and ultimately through them, all Israel will be together, right? You ain't gonna be united in wickedness, because that's what Jake is in right now. We all in his wicked flesh. We all got wicked minds. Our hearts go off even when you don't want them to, right? We don't understand. A lot of times we still don't understand the Lord's judgment when it get laid down.
Jake talking about brotherhood. Jake talking about brotherhood over breakdowns and a fight break out of the unity camp. That's confusion.
That's confusion. And then and brotherhood to these people is dancing. These niggas being in congregation, just dance. They turn the music up and they start dancing. Right? What are you dancing for? But we ain't in the time for that. But that's in their mind, that's unity. Right? We got the same outfit on, we got the same doctrine, we running around with this gimmicky shit. Then we together.
That's nigga unity.
Yeah, nigga unity, bro. Niggas do that in the world. Right? They united in wickedness. That's why you can go to any club in Ghetto USA and these niggas got the same type of spirit. They're together in wickedness. They turned the lights off and they're together in all manners of abominations, man. But when it comes to the truth, they get away from that. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Nah, man. What you mean we gotta be separated, man? What you mean we can't party, enjoy life, man? We been down too long. Nah, nigga.
Yeah. We had another scripture?
No, that was all I had.
I don't got nothing else either.
Come.
Hey, well, Lord willing, that was edifying. We want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the I can teach about the mind wild mouth. That's in sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, Yashalom.
Shalom, man. Bob the ball.